I wanted to ask Vivek
Yes, go ahead.
about the ideal time for eating when you are practicing a 16 hours fasting and an 8 hours eating period.
Well, the ideal eating time, okay, should be during the warmer parts of the day when your digestive fire is optimum. So that can be somewhere between morning 10 o'clock, okay, all the way till evening 6 o'clock. So those hours are when our digestive fire, all of our digestive juices are optimum. And as a result, if you have your meals, okay, between morning 10 till evening 6, again, that is not by setting the alarm. In summer, it could be even as early as morning 8. And in winter, it could be even later. So depending upon what part of the world you are in, what season it is, what your age is, what your profession is, what your daily routine is, you need to customize it for. So somebody who wakes up at 5 o'clock, okay, and has to go to work, and if their work is a construction worker where they are very physically active, it's okay for them to have their breakfast as early as 6 o'clock in the morning. And then if they are a physical laborer who is putting in 10 hours of physical labor, then they can even have their dinner as late as 7 o'clock. But for rest of us, okay, who are not physical laborers, okay, and who have more sedentary profession, or who are above age of 50, the ideal time is to eat between morning 10 and before evening 6. So that will be a short answer. But always things have to be customized and individualized for each person's personal circumstances.
One meal or more.
You can have one or more meals. Usually you can have 2 or 3 meals during that time, again, depending on your age. For example, Vibhay, as you see, for your age, I would say only 2 meals should be sufficient between 10 to 6.
But isn't one meal better because then you give more digestion and fasting time?
I wouldn't say one meal is ideal unless, okay, based on your metabolism, your doctors have recommended that for you. So again, it has to be individualized for each person. So, but usually for most people, I would say 2 or 3 meals between 10 to 6 is what is required. But if somebody has very slow metabolism, if somebody is energy needs are very low, maybe they can sustain with only one meal. But that is not true for most of the humanity.
So Vivek, I have a question for you.
Yes.
So you recommend reducing dairy. So obviously people will have the question, what substitutes you might recommend for dairy?
Sachin, okay, a very good question from a very knowledgeable person. Sachin, yourself, okay, having been practicing yoga and Ayurveda, the question is important. It is it's not the dairy that is bad. It is the current modern Western dairy industry that is creating a dairy in such a way that it has become very congesting and heavy food to digest. Hundreds of years ago, when there was natural dairy available from non-genetically engineered cows who were freely roaming and consuming variety of fodder and getting physical activity, that milk was not congesting, there was not metabolism slowing down. It is today's modern westernized, industrialized dairy industry that has created this problem. So the substitute for dairy can be for people who have who can digest soy milk or who can digest almond milk. They can have that, and vegetables and nuts and seeds give all of the nutrients that you can get from dairy. So if you reduce dairy or stop dairy, that is not going to compromise your nutrition. If you include enough of vegetables and nuts and seeds and lentils. So various types of lentils and grains can provide you all of the nutrients that milk provides. So including organic almonds, walnuts, pecans, using seeds like pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, chia seeds regularly in diet, and then using lentils like mung beans, okay, or the black-eyed peas or various types of smaller size beans will give you all of the nutrients that you need.
How about cheese, organic cheese or homemade yogurt? Is goat milk any better?
Yes, okay. Goat milk is definitely on the continuum from what is undesirable to what is desirable. I would say that cow milk that is specifically sold in Western grocery stores here in US is more on the undesirable side, but the goat milk is on the more desirable side. And then organic cheeses in small amounts for lunch are good, because at lunchtime is when your digestive fire is the optimum. And if you have small amounts of organic cheese, it will not cause you any congestion if you have it at lunchtime. I usually do not recommend cheese at the first meal, that is the breakfast, or at the dinner time.
Thank you, Vivek. And
Sure.
any other question?
And then people can always refer to our website that I have put there, yogaayurveda.org. We have a lot of other useful information that you can access there at yogaayurveda.org.
Vivek, here is another question. Is a glass of red wine recommended? So
Well,
much.
Again, Ayurveda is an individualized and customized diet. So people have different types of metabolism. So people who have cooler and slower metabolism, which is called as kapha body type, which is a more of earth and water body type, for them, red wine is warming and digestion increasing. Now there is another body type which is fiery, which is pitta body type. So these people usually have warmer skin, more flushed skin. They usually have very strong appetite. They can get upset easily, irritated or angry easily. They sweat very easily. They have a receding hairline. So that fiery body type, which in Oriental medicine is called as yang, or in modern physiology it is called as type A personality. For type A personality, I do not usually recommend wine or any alcohol, because it's like putting kerosene on fire. They're already fiery mind body type. The person has already hot metabolism. So for them, alcohol will increase more inflammation, both in their digestive system, in their joints, and also in their skin, in their eyes. So for fiery metabolism, alcohol is not recommended. But for cooler and drier metabolism, alcohol or a red glass of glass of red wine is okay.
Thank you, Vivek.
Sure.
Any other question or any other comment any would like to make?
This gentleman said that juicing takes away the nutrients, and so it's not recommended. Can the doctor comment on that?
I do not believe that juicing takes away nutrients. If you juice it properly, again, it is about how do you combine different things. So if you just juice only sweet tasting fruits and sweet tasting vegetables, then that will slow down the rate of digestion. So you should combine properly. So for example, when you are juicing, you should have maybe a sweet tasting a vegetable like carrot. Then you should also have a more bitter and pungent vegetables like kale or spinach. And then you might also want to add a small piece of fresh ginger in there. So now when you have combined it properly, you are able to digest it properly. But if you just put only carrots and beet and apple, everything that is only sweet tasting, then you are loading that with more sugar, and then that will slow down the digestion and enhance and absorption of the nutrients. So balancing properly what you are juicing, and of course making sure what is the source of what you are juicing. So the source should be a very fresh and organic vegetables if you're juicing them, and if you're taking them in small amounts. So never have juice, okay, a big tall glass, okay, gulp all within 5 minutes. So take smaller amounts of juice, and always take the juice within 3 minutes of you having juiced it, because the more you keep it out there, it gets oxidized and it loses its nutrient levels. So always have maybe only half a cup of juice that is freshly prepared in less than 3 minutes of juicing with properly combined fruits and vegetables and herbs.
Vivek, thank you. Another question, how about Karela or bitter gourd?
As the name says, it is bitter. And if you can tolerate a bitter, then you can even combine it with sweeter fruits and vegetables. It is very helpful in improving your glucose metabolism. So Karela is known as an anti-diabetic nutrient. In fact, the botanical name of it is Momordica charanthia. It is used to prepare an extract and is used in Ayurveda for treating diabetes and hypoglycemia. So you can juice it, you can also cook it, you can do saute it. So Karela is an excellent vegetable if you know how to use it properly, and if you know what you are using it for. So for people with sugar metabolism problems, people who know that their blood sugar level goes high, including Karela in their diet is very helpful.
Thank you, Vivek.